Do you know how sex can transform your spiritual life? A Buddhist perspective. Welcome, everyone. Today, we will embark on a reflective journey together. In this session, we will explore a profound theme that touches on the foundation of our very existence, the role of sexuality in our spiritual lives. For some, sexuality may be a part of everyday life, surrounded by wonder and joy, perhaps even mystery. For others, it may be something to approach with caution, perhaps something they consider separate from spirituality or even in opposition to it. However, in Buddhism, particularly Vajrayana Buddhism, we are guided to see sexual energy from a new perspective, a perspective that goes beyond the physical dimension, treating it with reverence as a path to connect with the core of our spirit. Let's take a deep breath, inviting stillness into our minds and releasing any tension. As we talk about sex and spirituality, it's not about two opposing forces, but rather a unified connection. This intimate experience is both physical and spiritual. In Vajrayana, sexuality is not just an act but a means of touching the essence of our life energy. When we deepen our understanding, it can lead us to a greater self-awareness. Like a tree rooted deeply yet reaching toward the sky, sexuality grounds us in the human experience while also lifting us toward spiritual heights. In our encounters and relationships, we often seek love, belonging, and acceptance. Underlying this is an even deeper energy, the transcendent desire to unite with something greater. In Vajrayana, this energy is honored and transformed through mindful practice. Sexuality performed with awareness is like a moving meditation, a dance in which two souls share a journey of self-awareness and compassion. Here, I invite you to consider that mindful sexuality may help you experience the concept of non-duality, a core Buddhist practice. Non-duality means the disappearance of separation between self and other, creating a unified existence. Like waves are part of the vast ocean, conscious sexuality, like meditation, requires us to be fully present. Every sensation, breath, and feeling we encounter in this experience provides an opportunity to observe our minds and spirits, letting go of expectations, fantasies, and projections onto our partner, allowing us to encounter our true selves. This absolute presence shines like a flame, illuminating our innermost being, revealing our essential self. In Vajrayana Buddhism, practicing mindfulness through sexuality is seen as a path that frees us from impulsive desires and inner restlessness. When we are present in this experience, it is no longer led by ego but transforms into an expression of pure compassion and reverence. As in any spiritual practice, respect is vital, respect for oneself, one's partner, and the energy shared. This conscious exchange of energy honors both body and spirit, uniting them in harmony. Sexual energy is potent. When guided with wisdom, it can flow like a river that nourishes and brings life. However, when left uncontrolled, that same flow can also cause harm. In Vajrayana, sexual energy is respected as a tool for spiritual growth, but it requires discipline and intention. How do we integrate this energy into our daily lives? Do we let it flow freely without reflection, or do we consciously nurture it to cultivate peace and compassion? These questions help us understand the importance of intention, for it is intention that determines the quality of our experience. By forming an intimate connection with pure, mindful intent, we transform sexuality into a spiritual practice. In this practice, our goal is not mere pleasure but a profound, authentic connection. Desire is a manifestation of life, like a flame that drives us and fills us with warmth and inspiration. But like fire, it must be managed carefully to avoid consuming everything around it. Vajrayana suggests not suppressing desire, but rather transforming it as a path to wisdom. By understanding the nature of desire and learning to observe it without attachment, desire becomes a source of insight rather than blind impulse. Understanding desire allows us to recognize it as an expression of our longing for wholeness and connection. However, this connection doesn't have to be limited to another person, it can also be found within ourselves. By becoming whole within ourselves, we grow into richer beings. When two people consciously connect, their experience can foster an understanding of interdependence, one of Buddhism's deepest teachings. Just as a wave is part of the ocean, we, too, are interconnected with each other and the universe. Recognizing this interdependence allows us to savor each moment, honoring our partner as a fellow traveler rather than a mere object of desire. By opening our hearts to this awareness, we dissolve the barriers of ego, allowing love and compassion to flow freely. This experience ultimately becomes an opportunity to transcend the ego. Often, sexuality is used as a means of asserting oneself or feeling fulfilled. But Vajrayana Buddhism teaches that the true purpose of intimate connection is to release the ego. In that moment, we stop seeing ourselves as separate individuals and experience unity. This is a state of non-duality, where the distinction between self and other vanishes, leaving only pure awareness that pervades all. This realization is liberating, allowing us to experience sexuality as an expression of universal love and compassion. Experiencing sexuality as a spiritual path requires us to listen to our bodies, which are wise guides that show us what we need in each moment. By listening to our bodies and building harmonious relationships in response, we strengthen our spiritual practice. Honoring the body as a sacred temple, feeling life energy flowing within, we become aware of the connection that unites us, like a river flowing through us all. In respecting and cherishing our bodies this way, we learn to treat ourselves and others with kindness. The practice of mindful sexuality also helps us overcome our fears of vulnerability. In a deeply intimate experience, we allow ourselves to show our weaknesses and imperfections to our partner. This act is one of courage and humility, accepting our own humanity as well as that of our partner. In this vulnerable state, we find the power of compassion that embraces without judgment, with kindness and understanding. I hope that this teaching on mindful sexuality can serve as a source of inspiration and peace for you all. I invite you to open your heart to the experience of sexuality, not merely as an act, but as a path of transformation and self-awareness. May this practice allow you to discover new ways of expressing love and compassion, strengthening your connection to your own essence and to the universe. May peace and compassion be with you. May you find a way to live every aspect of life, including sexuality, with a complete, conscious, and harmonious spirituality. If this message has resonated with you, please continue to explore further teachings on our channel. The spiritual journey is vast and rich, and we are here to walk each step with you as your guide. May peace and wisdom be granted to you in your daily life.